Welcome to my very first monthly series. What's up everyone, this is Sydney and welcome back to Peaceful Planting. If you are brand new here, I want to encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below because that really does help my channel grow. And if you like my content and you don't want to miss any of my uploads, feel free to hit that notify bell because it'll notify you every single time I put out a new video. Okay, Planty friends, I have actually already recorded this, but here I am again to re-record because I have been having a bad past couple of days. Don't know what's going on, but I've been in a funk, so I figured I would get up, get ready, and film for you all. So here I am to film this video, and this is actually my very first series on my channel, which I am super excited about. So this series will be coming out towards the end of each month, and it is basically my stunners, which are my plants that are doing really well in my home, growing well, thriving, whatever it may be, and then my bummers. The plants that make me cringe, the ones that are not growing, the ones that are struggling, or maybe just have something wrong with them, they're sick, I don't know. We'll find out every single month on my channel for my monthly stunners and bummers. Okay, let's get started with this video. I am first gonna show you the stunners, or maybe I should end the video on a good note with the stunners. Vote down below if you want me to put my stunners or bummers first, but I am actually gonna start this video with my bummers because I kind of want to end it on a good note. Let me go grab the first bummer. Hang on, be right back. Ta-da! Bummer number one. Okay, this is my Monstera Peru, and as you can see, she is gorgeous. Okay, these leaves are seriously beautiful. I mean, they look like they're watercolor. I can't really say much bad about this plant as far as the way it looks. What I will say, this is why it is the bummer number one. I have had this plant for about a month and a half, and it literally just now started putting out a new leaf. And I know what you might be thinking. Sydney, that's great, it's putting out a new leaf. But do you know how annoying it was to watch this plant for a month and a freaking half not put out any new growth? So it just started putting out this leaf. Every time I looked at it, it was like crickets in the background because I'm like, hurry up. I have you under great light. I'm giving you love. I'm paying attention to you. I'm cleaning your leaves. Grow. But we have a new leaf and it does look really, really small. When I got this plant, it was a rehab plant. So I'm assuming that's why it took so long to grow, because it needed some time to just kind of resettle into its roots and things like that. So for the whole month, I just sat and I watched this plant do absolutely nothing. Bummer number two. This is my Syngonium Podophyllum Variegatum, and it's more commonly known as the variegated Syngonium. We all love her, we all know her. Let me get a close-up on the leaves and tell you why this is my bummer. So these beautiful white leaves keep popping out. It is seriously stressing me out. It's really, really frustrating to me because although I like the white leaves, they don't do well. As you can see, this one here is even like falling down. It just looks sad and shriveled up, and I just really, really want some leaves that look very similar to this. Like, look at that. Why can't this plant give me these leaves? Even though I do like the white leaves on this plant, I think they're beautiful, but I know it's not good for the plant, and it's actually a sign that it might not be doing too well. They should not be putting out fully variegated leaves. Even if I got some leaves with like this, let me show you. Even if I got some leaves that were similar to this, where it has that splash of green still, I would be a lot happier than these white leaves. These white leaves are not good for the plant. So this is why it is my bummer number two for May. Bummer number three. This is my Philodendron Tripartitum. This plant is growing really well in my home. As you can see, it even has a new leaf right there. But the problem is that none of the leaves have those trilobes. I'll put a picture of the mature version of this plant, but I really, really want those 3 lobes to the plant. That's the reason why I got this plant, and it just still has not put out a leaf with those lobes. What I will say about this plant is that each leaf is way longer than the other one, so that's a good sign. It's definitely not the worst that it could be, but still, I guess I'm just impatient, especially with my plants. I'm very impatient with them. If I see a new leaf, I'm like watching it every single day, just hurry up, hurry up. So anyway, I'm hoping that in June I can come back and say this is my stunner of the month, because it will hopefully have a leaf with 3 lobes on it. We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna build the suspense with this plant. Oh, can you see? Oh, I am so freaking happy with this leaf, y'all. Please look at that leaf. Look at that marbling on this leaf. Seriously, I could stare at this leaf all day. It's the cutest thing. So I know I didn't tell you what plant this is. This is actually my Philodendron NO ID, which means that I don't know what it is. If you've watched my other videos, you know I got this plant as a NO ID plant. So basically what that means is that I am going to have to wait for this plant to mature or flower until I know what it is. But seriously, I'm gonna do another close-up because this is just mind-blowing. I know this plant wouldn't be for everyone, but seriously, look at that. Let me show you the older leaf because it's a lot bigger, and it also does have that marbling on it. So that's what the leaf looks like. And just in case anyone wants to try to solve this NO ID issue that I have, here is the growth pattern. So as you can see, it's just a regular vining, climbing philodendron. Do I even need to explain why this is my stunner? I mean, seriously, you saw the leaf. I mean, it's phenomenal. Also, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to show you. Look at the rippling on the leaves. So if you want to help me figure out what this is, it does have like this rippling effect to the sides of the leaves here. Okay, I'm gonna move on because I really could talk about this plant all day. So let's go to stunner number 2. Stunner number 2. I'm having way too much fun with this video. Okay, so this is stunner number 2. And if you see me looking to the right, it is just to make sure that the plant is in focus and not my face. This is my Piper Ornatum, and it is stunning. Get it? Stunner, stunning. You get it. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm really hyper today, but this is the cute little leaves, and if you know about these plants, they actually put out these tiny leaves and they grow to be these huge, beautiful leaves. Let me get a close-up. These plants are freaking amazing. And another thing that I really like about them is that the leaves are really hard. So if I even like do a little, I'm not gonna do it because it will break. But if you do that, you'll hear it cracking because these leaves are so like, I don't know how to word it, but they're really, really firm. I don't know, this is weird, but they're really hard. If you touch them, if you like try to bend them, it'll crack. It will crack. Don't do that. Anyway, so this is actually the first leaf that I got on this plant after getting it, and it is beautiful. Look at that. The reason why this is my stunner number 2 for the month is because it just continues to grow. And when I first got this plant, everyone was like, oh, those are really hard to care for. Make sure high humidity. Make sure you don't put it in terracotta. That is why it is my stunner of May, is because everyone told me that this plant was super difficult to care for and needed a ton of humidity and needed to be in something that was glazed ceramic or a plastic pot. No, your girl put it in terracotta and look at her. Boom. Living proof that you can try new things with your plants. I'll do a care video, but anyway, did I tell you why I am debating that this is my Piper Ornatum? So the Piper Ornatum looks a little bit different, and I will put a picture up of it. And I don't know if this is just a different variation of that plant. If you know the real name of this plant, let me know. I think I took a screenshot of one that looked similar, so I really will have to go back and look at that. But as of now, it's my Piper Ornatum. Anyway, that is my stunner number 2. Let's move on to stunner number 3. Let me get it. Let me get it. Now that my camera is focused, all right, this plant, I have a feeling y'all are gonna like this one. You're gonna like it, I think. This is my Scindapsus trubii dark form. These plants are seriously so freaking hard to find. Oh my gosh, I looked for this plant for months. I found one. I mean, obviously I found one. This is another one of those plants that everyone's like, oh, it's a slow grower. Be careful with how much light you give it. They're really sensitive, this, that, and the other. Seriously, I cannot stress enough. Every plant is going to do different in everybody's home. I am amazed at how well this plant is doing in my home. People scared me about this plant because everyone had so many things to say about how it's so sensitive, and I really have not found that to be true. I treat it just like I treat any of my plants, and I listen to it. If the leaves curl up, here I am going on another rant. If the leaves curl up, I water it, and it is not a slow grower, which is why it is my stunner of the month. Look at those leaves. Look how beautiful they are. These leaves are amazingly dark. What I will say is that in pictures with filters, this plant does tend to look a lot darker than it is in real life. Ooh, that's a good angle. Okay, as you can see, yes, the plant is really dark, but in person, it looks more of a very, very dark green rather than a black. It's a beautiful plant, and it is my stunner number 3 because, as you can see, this is why it's my stunner number 3. Look at that new leaf. It actually has put out these 2 leaves since I got it, and this is some damage, I'm assuming from shipping, because it did kind of already have a new leaf when I got it, but it did put out this new leaf, and I've had this plant maybe a month and a half. Anyway, so Scindapsus trubii dark form. This is just such a stunning plant, and in my home, in my opinion, in my experience, it's a great grower. All right, everyone, what did you think of my first monthly series? Did you like it? I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. And I also want to say a huge thank you for liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and that is all I have for you, friends. So I will see you next month for my second episode of my monthly stunners and bummers. Why is my neck so red? Also forgot to turn off my dryer, so let me go do that. So here I am to film, and this is my welcome to my very first, oh, I need to edit the audio. Basically what it is gonna be, whatever the case may be, basically what I'm, basically. Vote down below in the comments for what you think I should put first, my bummer, mints. Just act like you like it. Okay, anyway, oh my God, my nose is stuffy. I went on a rant, so I'm just gonna redo that and not go on a rant this time. Subscribing to my channel if you have, bye.